Oh, yiggity, and we are back. Listen, grand jury, GPS. We want to see what's going down. Everybody got questions. We're gonna take it slow. We're gonna see what the real beeswax is. Cause I'm smelling all type of fish sticks, and y'all know why. It ain't like there ain't a history of the place that we talking about. And they really still trying to play in our face too, huh? About what's really going down. All right, okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna break down what the grand jury is. We're gonna break down what the GPS means and what that stands for. And we also gonna hear from the people. I'm Jay Lava. I scour the internet so that you don't have to. We finna get right on into it. You already know how we get out. Go ahead and tell them about that grand jury, mommy.
Nolan Wells. So the DA is saying that they're going to do a grand jury. Here's what it means. Here's what it doesn't mean. Folks are saying that because they're going to do a grand jury, then that means that they're going to file charges. Not so fast. Just because a DA convenes a grand jury does not mean there'll be an indictment, okay? And also, it does not mean they want an indictment. Now, grand juries are designed to be secret, so we won't know what happened in that room, right? We won't know what evidence was presented. We won't know what witnesses were called because it's sealed. It's under seal. Oftentimes, when DAs are under political pressure, meaning the public is really looking at them and like depending on them to do something, they do grand juries to look like they did something. So you look like you did something, but we'll never know because we won't have any evidence, right? So what happens is they go in a grand jury and the prosecutor presents evidence to the grand jury. In the grand jury, secret, they decide if charges are filed and if so, what charges, right? And so what'll happen is, let's say they don't believe there's a case.
Right.
Let's say they don't want to prosecute the boys involved in the Nolan Wells disappearance.
Okay.
They can say, oh, we're doing a grand jury. They can call witnesses and just like kind of mail it in. Just mail it in. Just kind of like go through the motions. Did you see anything? Did you see anything? Did you see anything? Did you say anything? Right? And then the grand jury decides, not enough evidence. And they get to come out after the grand jury's been convened, after they've made their decision, they get to come out and say, we tried our best, but the grand jury didn't believe. And you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't enough. It's not in our control. So they get to hide behind a grand jury, right? So the public can stay off their ass. That is what some prosecutors do. Now, I'm not saying every prosecutor, and I'm not saying these prosecutors. I'm saying that's a possibility. So don't get all excited about this grand jury being convened, is my point. Because it could be some shenanigans afoot, right? Number one. Number two, don't take the pressure off. Don't take your foot off the gas. Literally, because of the public interest, because of the hashtags, because of Ben Crump, because of the public outcry, because of the international outcry, that is why they're reacting at told, right? That is why they're doing what they're doing now, right? So it's important for us not to take the W and not to think, oh, we're going to, win now. So let me just like go back to my normal life. Don't do that because that's what they want you to do.
Right.
Keep your eyes on Nolan Wells. Keep your eyes on this family. Keep your prayers with this family. Pray that Nolan Wells. So the DA is saying,
Yeah. I like that. I like that message real quick. If y'all just coming in, make sure y'all hit that like button so the chat can get dope. Who we got up in here? Yeah, she right, man. Kwame, you just tapping in? I don't think I remember seeing your voice. Where you tapping in from? And if so, welcome. You know what I mean? That's how we get out. I was finna jump straight to the judge though, because the judge came with some heat. I didn't already subscribe to him and his group because he's actually running for office as well. And I'm not even where he running for office, but I still support the brother. So I'm gonna definitely let him get his shine. But he coming with the no holds barred, man. He like, what are y'all talking about? Like, it's supposed to be a whole bunch of things that have happened already, but the grand jury is the grand jury. But let him break it down, though. Shout out to Carlos Moore.
Good evening, friends. I'm Judge Carlos Moore, coming to you live from Atlanta, Georgia
That's
this
what's up.
evening.
Peace.
I
Tap
have
in.
an
Like,
update for you
subscribe.
about my thoughts as they relate to the Nolan Wells investigation. Go ahead and tag your friends, your loved ones, people that you know are following this story.
Straight up.
I am a real life attorney, former practicing in Mississippi. I currently practice in Tennessee, and I once sat on the bench in Mississippi for 6.5 years on the municipal benches of Clarksdale, Mississippi, and Grenada, Mississippi. The first black man to wear the robe in either jurisdiction. And so we did the job, and we know what should be done in regards to search warrants and arrest warrants and proper investigations and how the court process normally works. And so we want to give you the benefit of our experience and our education tonight. And so yes, let's get people on in. I see 200 of you have joined us. I'm going to wait a little while because I like people to be able to hear it so I don't have to repeat it constantly. And they can hear it fresh. And if they have questions, they can put the questions in the chat. Again, I am Judge Carlos Moore, the People's Judge, coming to you live from Atlanta, Georgia. This case is so important, and I just feel compelled to constantly update you on what I see is going right and what I see is continually going wrong. And so let's just jump right in, and people can go back and review it if they missed the very beginning.
Right.
So much has transpired. So we are now on day 11 since the disappearance of Nolan Wells. Day 11, and there has still been no arrest. To me, that is unacceptable. That is unacceptable because we know on day 1, had there been 3 young black men to return to the mainland from an island and 1 white young man left there who disappeared, who died under suspicious circumstances, we know within 1 day of beginning an investigation, with all the suspicious activity that we know that have occurred here, if it occurred in that situation, we know that there would have been arrest by now. So it's still unacceptable to me that no arrests at all have been made for any particular crime. And I've laid out a litany of potential crimes that members of law enforcement, if they were doing their jobs unbiasedly and thoroughly, could have made by now, but they refused to do so. Sheriff John Ledbetter.
See, that's the thing, though. Everybody talking about wait till the evidence coming out. Y'all assuming and do the schoolman. Nah, it's the deafening silence of what's not being said and what's not being done that is actual evidence. I'm sick of people acting like these actions ain't speaking for or towards what it is, because it is. That's gaslighting. That's trying to make you be like, make you feel like you crazy and you dumb. Oh, you guys, why do you make it all about race? Because it's always the same story. I done 3 stories this month. I done 3 stories this month with people dying in the water from the hands of their YT friends. Coincidence? I don't think so.
Who I'm sure was watching my live on Sunday night, had the audacity to say on Monday that he was not going to be rushed. Well, we're not asking you to be rushed. It's day 11. You've been slow long enough. You need to do your job expeditiously, just like you would do if it was a white person that was found dead under suspicious circumstances. We're asking for you to simply to do it like you normally would do it. And you can't tell me that it's not normally done that way, because I know how it's normally done. I've seen it done too many times when I wore the black robe and sat on the bench in Mississippi in 2 jurisdictions. 2 jurisdictions. They could have selected anybody to be their judge, their first black judge in Clarksdale, or their first black judge in Grenada on the municipal bench. But they selected me for a reason. and neither jurisdiction asked me to leave. They desired me to stay. Neither one ever asked me to leave. They thought I did a great job, and the citizens were very happy with my performance. And so, John Ledbetter, I am happy that you have finally asked the FBI to come in and help with the investigation. That's a step in the right direction. So I am man enough to tell you when you're doing something right, but when you're doing something wrong, I'm going to tell you that as well. So in my humble opinion, you made a step in the right direction to bring the FBI in to investigate it. Now, I don't know why it took you 9 days to figure that out, that you would need the FBI, but somehow, some way, a light bulb finally magically appeared, and you have done the right thing in that instance. And so we are grateful for that. I mentioned on Sunday during my live that we needed to hear from the district attorney, Angel, Miles, Myers, McGrath. We had not heard a peep from her all of last week and since the person had died. We called for her to do an investigation, and all of a sudden, her name comes up on Monday. She's working along with the Jackson County Sheriff's Department doing an investigation. So,
hey, and I'm going to tell y'all this, though. Let's not act like the judge ain't got no pull and she ain't calling a few favors and they're all working around. Because once you cover one lie, you got to cover a whole bunch of them. And I think because they didn't think that it was going to escalate to the level that it did, they done got themselves in a whole jam. She thought she was good. Because you gotta go back and you gotta kind of think about, what do people think? What do people be thinking when they do stuff? They thinking they gonna get away with it. That's what they thinking. So she thought that the sheriff was gonna hint to was a suspected drowning without even knowing. She was gonna distance herself and her stepson from the actions, right? The medical examiner, we already know about her. If y'all don't know about the medical examiner, do y'all know about the medical examiner? Do y'all know about her? Because she is foul business. I ain't even finna lie to you. Matter of fact, I'm gonna let Kimberly tell it. She do it really good. I like her thoughts on this one.
I'm really tired right now, and I don't want to go like study this. But before I went to bed last night, I was reading that judge statement and looking at the GPS. And do you know that I really think it matches up to exactly what the judge statement says, which leads me to believe that GPS is foo-foo. It was like the exact time that the judge put on her thing. The exact time? So, if you already had that GPS, then why didn't you give us that? Why y'all waited 2 weeks to give us that?
Right.
I don't even.
Money Mike, I need you to comment on the post outside of the stream. I love all the engagement on the stream. Comment on the post outside of the stream so I can mod you up real quick. Cause we finna start it's about high time we start kicking some of these people out of here. We're gonna let them speak. But if they get too whack, I want you and other people to be able to be mods and get them up out of here. So just comment on a post on another video so that I can see it on my phone, because it makes it a little easier for me to mod you from there. But let's continue. But what up, though, kid?
Even trust. The problem is that they're all in on it together. They're all corrupt, from the Coast Guard to the medical examiner to the police department to the guy in charge of giving you the GPS information, because he ain't gonna go against the judge. Do you see how deep it is? Do y'all see how this is how deep it is? They will cancel flights. They will go to.
Hey, she was cooking with that. Y'all know I be scouring the internet, man, and what I like to do is I like to get a full spectrum. You feel what I'm saying? Of what's going on out here. It's a lot of the messages that people just be speaking belligerent and speaking very emotional you know what I'm saying, incoherent thoughts and putting sentences together. So I really try to get the quality thought, because the truth is we don't know exactly what happened, but we know what they saying ain't right. That's the truth. When it all boiled down to it, we know that what how y'all tried to explain it just don't make sense. And the more we go on with the way you acting and the way you moving is leaning more towards y'all on some bullshit. That's the cleanest way to say it. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, the initial what y'all said happened sounded not believable. And then every move, every token black person y'all done threw out, the two little friends, the coach. Why we ain't heard from the head coach? They ain't got no head coach. What happened to the head coach? You know what I'm saying? The head coach, it ain't no other school liaison or people willing to speak up. Yes, Mike, hit the like button. It's free, y'all. Make sure you smash that subscribe and bells and all that. But why ain't none of the, is there anybody, dare I say, YT in the community that care? We keep getting all of these token black people out the woodworks and shadows with all similarly saying the same thing too. Like, I don't think with no racial problem now. Everybody love Nolan now. What? What are you talking about, bro? Where you live at? Did you say you live in Mississippi? Oh, you tripping, B? Fam, what's up with you, dog? Like, you tripping. Straight up. Now, did y'all know that the governor came out with, and when we talk about people moving and everything looking funny, did y'all know the governor came out and almost said the same thing? Did nobody say all of that, fam? See, that's you stretching it to the unbelievable to make it sound unbelievable. All we saying is this: even if it was an accident and Cuz was drunk, right? That's how you handle your friends. I don't believe that, because if they would have said that, you and all the other devils like you would have believed it. Like, yep, he was drunk. You know them niggas can't swim now. Yep, he was drunk. That would have been the easiest thing for them to say. Or high or whatever, drunk, high, whatever it was. That would have been the easiest thing for them to say and be absolved of everything. It would have been over. Because the county, everybody, that would have been they couldn't do that. What are you talking about? They couldn't do that, because if they could have did that, that's the first thing they would have do. Who agrees with me? Who agrees with me? Is that a very easy alibi to have? And that if that was available or on the table, that would have been the very first narrative. Even if it was a fight, they beat him up, or they took him, or they knocked him off the boat, or they whatever scenario you would have wanted to say. Drowning is drowning, fool. You can't prove how somebody drowned. Whether you dunk their head up under the water, kick them out the boat playing games, pulling off on them, current get them, they drown. They might even go back and get your ass, pull you back on the boat. Anything could have happened. But if it was drowning, they would have been done. It would have been over, Clover. Indict the ocean. Ha ha ha. Shut up. You said, yeah, I love my chat, man. Hey, keep doing your job. I understand you got a job to do, and that's to be the idiot that you are. Because what would we be without y'all? Listen, y'all, I always tell y'all it's the yin and the yang of this, right? I say this all the time. As much as we out here for love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, that kind of thing, it's always going to be devils with chaos and mayhem, destruction, and all of that. So just you got to keep doing what you're doing. But my man said, look, he don't want to talk about the facts. He wants to talk about the inconsistencies. Go ahead, bro.
What happened to Nolan Wells? I'm here to tell you what still doesn't add up. We're told Nolan voluntarily stayed behind on Horn Island. Okay, but here's where I start asking questions. His phone ended up back on the original boat. If you're an 18-year-old planning to catch a different ride home, why leave behind the one thing you'd need to call, text, or coordinate that ride, especially on an island? Could he have forgotten it? Sure, that's possible, but it's also a question investigators should be able to answer.
Right.
Then there's the boat itself. At first, many people dismissed the story that the boat was having problems. Now we know dispatch audio and GPS data support that the boat experienced an emergency and left the island after reporting it was taking on water. So that part appears to be true, but that...
Listen to this. I'm saying they didn't have well more than enough time to coordinate a call and to doctor up some GPS records. The stuff you can do with ChatGPT and a company logo, fam, you can't tell me with all the stuff out here, you can't tell me that the judge don't got some pull somehow with them. You think she been a judge forever. You think she don't got a relationship with every major entity within the county? Day in and day out, she deals with a lot of YT crime, for one. Day in and day out. So she know the ins and outs of every entity in the county. You saying she don't got a relationship with none of them? I mean, it's a day 11, fam. What could you come up with in 11 days if your life was in order, if your life was in jeopardy, going on day 12? Shit, what could you do in a day? Boy, I done seen people get loans with some ChatGPT shit. What are you talking about? I think they didn't have to doctor the records. She just had to see the route herself and create the story. Exactly. Because nothing that they talk about still don't explain the phone. And their unwillingness to cooperate. And their disrespect of the dad when they came to get the phone. And the disrespect of the mom's friend when they went to go get the keys and the phone. None of that explains that. But go ahead, bro, because he cooking.
It creates another question. If the departure became an emergency,
right?
Did everyone know Nolan wasn't on the boat?
Right.
Did anyone try to find him before leaving? Did anyone tell him they were leaving? Or did they genuinely believe he had made other arrangements? Those answers matter. This isn't about jumping to conclusions.
Right.
It's about following the evidence wherever it leads.
Right.
The phone, the timeline, the witness statements, the digital evidence, the autopsy. Every piece should fit together. If it doesn't, people are going to keep asking questions, as they should.
Right.
I'm not accusing anyone. I'm saying unanswered questions deserve answers. Because if this was your son, you wouldn't want assumptions. You'd want the truth. even if it's uncomfortable. And until investigators can explain the inconsistencies with evidence,
Right.
people are going to keep paying attention, just like you. I'm not.
No, and this is my thing too. Don't they got, how many versions of the movie Taken do they got? Cause ain't it a blockbuster film where something happened to a dude daughter and he goes to the ends of the earth and stops at nothing until everybody is kaputsies? Renee, what's up, mama? How you? Shout out to my members in the house, man. Y'all better become members of this. As soon as we get to the 100 members, we should do some real fly shit. Y'all gonna have to give me some ideas for that. I done already crunk back up the Patreon. So since y'all members on here, I'm gonna do like the members only and cut the chat out so only the members can speak. If they want to come join the party, they got to become members. You know what I mean? What I'm saying? The questions. He said, did he get left behind and tried to swim? No, John. Nah, fam. No. Did you see how far it is from that island to the Crizzy? It's a long way, Steve. I mean, John Stevenson. It's a long way, Bucko. It's not, nah, man. Ain't nobody try at night, like going to the sundown. Nah, fam. Ain't nobody in their right mind. Not no brother. I don't care how good you can swim. I don't know no brother that's finna try to make that swim from there to there. That's white people shit. It's white people shit. We don't need that type of excitement. We don't need that type of adrenaline rush. We don't need it. Ain't that much. It ain't that much. I think I could make it. These waves can't. Hell no, he ain't trying to swim. Not at all. So we can just forget about that one. And from the way it sounds, man, listen, I'm just on some realness. And I'm sure everybody listening is with me. If you're in the middle of the ocean on a little bitty strip of land, you're not going too far from that little bitty strip of ocean in the middle of the ocean. You're just, because you don't know where the drop off is. You don't know what's out there. I don't know about you, but my mind's going to get to racing. Like, it was cloudy in Florida one day, and I barely wanted to go on the water because it just, I couldn't really. Nah, I'm going to wait till it's sunny outside at least or something. But the ocean is ominous, fam. Even if you grew up around it. I grew up around a lot of lakes and water. I mean, you don't play with lakes and water. You just don't. So cuz did not try to swim. But Secret Sam wanted to bust down the governor came through. Shout out to my boy Sam.
Xavier Wells update, and Mississippi Governor Reeves Tate made a statement about Nolan. And of course, he's saying he has no idea about what's happening. Typical politician speak. Check this out.
I don't know all of the facts surrounding the case. I have yet to see a fact or a piece of evidence that suggests any foul play.
You don't know anything about it? You haven't seen any facts? Like, what do these guys do all day? I don't understand it. Speaker Mike Johnson was always like, yeah, I need to take a look. I haven't seen anything.
Do you know who's the next devils up on my devils list? Can y'all guess who the next YT people I'm going to flame and make devils on my Facebook? Shout out to my Facebook. Y'all need to go over there. I got them in a tizzy. J Lava, Jaylava on Facebook. I got them in a tizzy. Everybody's a devil. But them two that he just mentioned is the next on the list. The governor and...
We all have smartphones. We all have access to the internet. It's not acceptable to have no clue. And to say you haven't seen anything, don't you think it's odd that they kept his cell phone and that the parents had to go get it?
Right.
But if there is, I feel confident that the Sheriff's Office, the District Attorney's Office, the members at the Department of Public Safety that deal with these crimes, if there had been one.
That boy got a honker. Him and Sam, though. Sam nose ain't little either. They look like they could be long lost kin for real. This dude looked like the real life Peter Griffin. Straight from Quahog. That chin. Straight up. Yeah, oh, he's the next person that's getting turned into a devil. Oh, he's next up on the list. I got a couple new devils too. I'm gonna show y'all too. I'm gonna show y'all later. I got a couple new devils I added to the list, but I'm gonna let him rock out since he don't know nothing.
Members at the Department of Public Safety that deal with these crimes, if there had been one, they will find it and they will do what is necessary.
Should there, if there was a crime, do you think Christine Walmsley would be retaining Ben Crump? Don't you trust a mother's intuition that obviously there is foul play here? It's interesting how they're never quick to jump to conclusions on things like this. Like, oh, just trust the law enforcement. We don't trust you, Mississippi, right. Period. Also, one glaring...
And also, I want to say, man, I ain't seen more YT people speaking up than I ever been on an issue. I don't know what it is about Nolan. I don't know what it is. Shout out to them. They coming out the woodworks. I mean, we still got people like F around the hard way over here. But shout out to them because they really been going hard.
Detail. Does anybody notice that he didn't offer condolences at all to Nolan's family? Yep. He said nothing, like he doesn't even care. Yep. Typical. What do you guys think about this guy?
I think like I told y'all all the time, it's not always about what you say. It's most of the time it's about what not said. I'm glad Sam said that because I was finna touch on that. This mug looked like he smelled like 10 backpacks of stale bologna. Couldn't even say my condolences to the family. I hope they get justice, blah, blah, blah. He just sitting up there with his 10 Subway sandwich.
We don't should
like he eat
members at the
this boy eat spoiled mayo on a capriotti capriotti slice of cheese with fermented cucumbers face ass. Like it just, man, I can't wait to see what kind of devil AI turn him into. He is going to, I'm sure he's going to be an evil, ravenous, bloodthirsty devil. I'm sure of it. Y'all stay tuned for that devil because that's coming tonight. I can't wait for that one. But y'all don't believe me? Everybody tapping in for Nolan. Everybody.
Can you believe that the death of Nolan Wells has gone international? People are checking in from Canada, from Tobago, from Johannesburg, from England, talking about justice for Nolan Wells. Right. Powerful. And this is how you know that we know that the story that's being told about Nolan Wells, saying it was an accident, is far from the truth. But one thing about the truth is that the truth will always prevail. Everything that's done in the dark, it will always come to the light.
The worst thing about that philosophy, though, this is the United States. As if you let it, it ain't finna come out until 20, 30, 40 years after all the damage is done and they done studied it and you find some secret report, right? That's the worst thing about the United States. If you just let it fester, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, nah, I think Sassy, I think that's really kind of what it is right now. Like, the evil just been eviling too much. Y'all like, how much evil do y'all think y'all could do? At first, y'all was subtle. Now y'all just, and then they trying to do the back-to-back evil, but I think they surprised on how we handling it, because we ain't emotionally driven no more. A lot of us ain't. I mean, there's a few, but I've seen very few videos with people either yelling or crying. You know what I'm saying? It's been it's been very few of that. It's a new day, and I think y'all like it's gonna get they gonna ramp it up. They gonna ramp it on up because they kind of want to see what's popping. See, we got Spain in here. That's what's up. That's what's up. Can't y'all got to keep in mind? Keep It P podcast is a global show. Shout out to TZ Von Savage. You did, but he said, "I wish as many as blacks would research crime statistics instead of crying about anecdotal evidence." See, that's you denying our lived experience, and that's a defense mechanism, because you know what you experiencing right now is your people is getting the mad side eye, and everybody's like, not like that. You guys are taking it out on the whole group. Well, y'all do that to us all the time. It's just that this one's valid. The other one's your insecurity and fears. This is actually valid because not taking these heeds and these cautions could could mean your life, right? Time after time after time. How many people got to die, Shorty? Who was that? Dennis. Dennis, how many people got to die, Holmes, for us to get the message and figure out what it is? Talk to me real, fam. I'm just saying. When you say that type of stuff, I mean, you got to back that up. Hear somebody else go, good grief. I know it hurts deep inside. That one must really touch you, because you said good grief with the dots. You felt that one all in your sternum, didn't you? I know these words be touching, but that's because listen, I don't care about your feelings. It's facts over feelings over here. So what you should do is you should feel it. You should feel the hurt and the shame. Then you should project that outwards and go check your people. Because if your people what known for and still participating in and doing things of this nature, then you see how that works? You see? It's really elementary, my dear Watson. They had no choice but to turn the phone in because they're bumbling idiots. And they didn't really think it through, because idiots never really think things through when they're dealing from a place of ignorance and racism. Makes sense. Who that said? Rochelle, Miss Harris, she sang rest in peace for Nolan Wells. Justice will prevail in the end. Chicago is in the house and we had enough. That's right. South Side. I was born in Roseland. You dig what I'm saying? I'm a South Sider. That's where I was born at. Chicago's definitely in the house all the time. Although I'm a Minneapolis cat, you know what I'm saying? I was raised in Minnesota, you know what I'm saying? But Chicago, you did. Dennis, there goes the insults, because I was busting your ass down. Because I was busting you down, fam. I get it. That's not a good one, though, fam. Like, you got to come better than that. We intellectual over here, cuz. Yeah. Oh, you know I got, who up in here, Renee? All right, keep going, and you can easily be up out of here, Dennis. See, we let people ride, but we'll slide you out. I want my mods to be able to flex their little powers anyway. You know what I'm saying? I need them to flex what they need to do anyway. So don't make me give them the word on you, because they've been itching. Okay? Just calm down and sit back and chill out. I'm just about as intellectual as your mom was on my boss. What are you talking about? Get out of here. Y'all killed me over here on our post. It's talking your word. See, let me break. See, that's why I keep breaking y'all down. Let me tell y'all something for the people that's following. Them is dweebs. Them people in my chat, I call them dweebs. You want to know why I call them dweebs? Because dweeb is a word that was made specifically for them. There has never been in the history of niggerdom that a black man has been a dweeb. You understand me? Right? Yeah, I know. Renee say she itching. Boy, you better calm down. Y'all better calm down. Some folks got some extra power on you. Time you out. Get you up out of here. Anyway, let me tell y'all something. They're so used to being in control that their psychotic little pea brain, chimp out, monkey lip, snow roach mind says to them, I'm going to go over to black spaces and I'm going to tell them exactly how I feel. And damn it, they're going to hear me and they're going to listen. What? Do y'all think we don't be doing nothing but playing with y'all like cat and mouse? You know how like a cat get the mouse and then we, you know what I'm saying, be smacking you around, let you go for a minute and bring you back. And we don't want to eat you just yet. We just smack you around. That's what I be doing. Because none of the stuff that I be saying would be validated without you guys. I appreciate you. Me personally. I'm just saying, don't get stupid. Just chill out. Just chill out. That's all you got to do. Just chill out. Bring it down. Simmer down now. Just simmer down. That's all you got to do, boy. I'm trying to teach you something here, boy. Now, I know you came to learn. Now, let her speak, because everybody, like I say, is rooting for Nolan. And why?
And it doesn't matter your status, your class,
Yep.
your socioeconomic, your resources, who you know, judge, sheriff.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, the world is watching.
Yeah.
And all we want to know is what really happened to Nolan Wells.
That's it.
All we want to know
That's it.
is the truth.
That's it. Look, if they were some real men, if it was an accident and that was their homeboy, they could have said, listen, if it was an accident, they could have easily came out and said, Nolan drowned. We tried to save him, but we were drinking a little bit and we told him they would have been off. People would have been mad because we knew the deal. People would have been mad because we would already know the deal. Again, I say, people would have been mad because we'd already knew the deal, but they would have got off if he drowned. If he drowned, that would have been we wouldn't even be talking about this right now, cuz they would have loved to throw in our face, yep, he was drinking. He was drinking and smoking that stuff. He drowned. Yeah, he sure did. I told y'all. I told you. They would have said that they would have said that after they would have said that 2 seconds after the body was found. If it was really found like a drowned person, because trust me, they know the facts. They didn't see. You think they ain't seen drowned people before? You think they don't know what body looks like in different stages? They take classes for that. You know that, right? Forensic classes. All of them do. They might not be on the Dexter level, but they all take they all take a class to recognize a body in what state so that they can even actually be able to relate it better in the report. That helps the forensic team because the forensic team is usually not the first person to show up on the crime scene. It's usually the officers. So they got to be able to report exactly how they seen it before they tape it up and all of that. You hope it was reserved that it was an accident? I can understand that. You know what? I can understand that. No, no. I can understand that. I can understand you saying that, right? I can understand that, and I know why you would. But there's a little more.
Department of Public Safety that deal with these crimes. If there had been one, they will find it and they will do what is necessary.
Should there, if there was a crime, do you think Christine Walmsley would be retaining Ben Crump? Don't you trust a mother's intuition that obviously there is foul play here? It's interesting how they're never quick to jump to conclusions on things like this. Like, oh, just trust the law enforcement. We don't trust you, Mississippi, right. Period. Also, one glaring detail. Does anybody notice that he didn't offer condolences at all?
And that was the start. That was the most loudest part of everything he said to me. To me, that was the loudest part. Straight loud. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy Trent Out Loud, because he had a little break or a little something. And I'm only picking people who actually put some thought into what they say. I'm just not grabbing people who just are on here talking to be talking. Because, of course, I didn't scour through all of these videos, and I know who's talking about what. But go ahead, Trent.
There is a scandal going on in the Nolan Wells independent autopsy report versus the sheriff's autopsy report.
Right.
Where are we at in the investigation of the autopsy? We were supposed to get it back Friday.
Well, no, we like we said, we're waiting. Let the doctors do what they do. They ain't got their autopsy back neither. So,
Attorney Benjamin Crump claims that both autopsy reports are not ready yet, but we have reason to believe that that may not be 100% true. Both sides are playing a cat and mouse game.
I said the same thing. Why would Ben Crump release his autopsy report for them to match his? No, let's see what y'all got. Why is it taking so long all of a sudden? You see what I mean? Hard way? You don't find nothing suspicious about that, car? Day 11? Yeah, you can't say they was waiting on some toxicology. Nah, toxicology my ass. Nothing. It could take weeks. Man, get your how come they can fry your ass at probation when you pee in the cup right away? How's that? Stop it, bro. Stop it, man. You go to probation and you pee in that little cup, they can fry you immediately. You can be in court and the judge can go order you to go take a UA and get your results right there to put you back. Oh no, take him, get him, put him in custody. Come on, man. Come on, broski. It's 2026, dog. It don't take all of that. It don't take all of that, dog, to do all that, dog. It don't. Jackie, it don't. Listen, fam. Different tests, submission tests. It don't take all that. These folks got spectrograms. What are you talking about, fam? They can, man, my ex-wife was a phlebotomist, man. They can take that little blood sample, spin it on down, and figure it out right away. That's for the civilians. That's for that's for the regulars. They got the ability to do it right now. Like, yeah, 24 hours, something like that. No more than 72, Jim Shoe. You don't even know that for sure. You're just throwing that out there. Michael Jackson talked Scarlett with 2 weeks. You don't even know that. You just threw that out there. Michael Jackson talked Scarlett with 2 weeks now. He said, nah, you setting yourself up to be mad. Nah, I'm not mad at all. He said they're having multiple autopsies. Listen, I bet you been well, okay, if it takes okay, y'all, smarty, arty, McGarty pants, right? If it take that long, why did Ben Crump say he was gonna have his on Friday, but the only reason he didn't is because there was a delay in the flight? How long was that? How many days was that? 3-4 days? 2-3-4 days? 2-3-4 days? Little retard. Come on, man. Talk to somebody who don't use rational thinking. So how his autopsy gonna get done? Say they doing the same thing. They doing the spectrochronologram and all. You know what I'm saying? They doing all that. They doing the same thing on the autopsy. You think they ain't doing on the autopsy to check for these same things? What are they doing the independent one for? To check the toxicology, to check the blunt force traumas, to check the cause of death, the lungs, the woot scoop scamdy dams. Yeah, well, if you're deceased and it's independent, it's quicker. Well, it should be just that damn fast for the county too. And best believe, let one of their officials or somebody they think got poisoned or something. You think they wouldn't have that information out prontoralis? So they can track down and figure out where the thing came from. I didn't see CSI before, fool. What are you talking about? I didn't see CSI before, fool. Hell yeah, come on now. They already got it done. Come on now, you know what's up with it. They got it. That's probably the stuff that they using to go get the grand and jury stuff. They don't want to tell them, even though it's gonna get back to them anyway, because they already in the same county and woundy and whoopty whoop whoop wham. Yeah, they think we stupid. Man, you can get that done so quick it'll make your whole little head spin off. No, the 30-minute TV show exposes how the process is getting done, buddy. It just shows us exactly what the process is and the capabilities in most cases, and the diagnoses in most cases, and the causes in most cases, and the motives in most cases. Come on, fam. This is real simple stuff here, man. What are you doing? It's real simple. But listen, y'all. Unfortunately, I just got a call that was kind of like an emergency, and I hate to cut the stream short, but I promise I'm gonna come back. Let me go handle this real quick, and I'm gonna bring it on back because I got way more to go. I just had, I spent most of it checking these busters, but I usually do it 2 or 3 or 4 hours or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna come back, and I swear I'm gonna give y'all some time. At least 2, 3, 4 hours or something like that. Two. I'm gonna try to do a little marathon because I got a ton of videos. There's a lot of stuff going on. But this little call, I gotta go move. So I ain't gonna hold you, but I'm gonna mold you, fold you, and scold you about being on code. And I got 4 words for you. I need you to go ahead and subscribe for the vibes, like for the spike in the algorithm. Go ahead and hype that thing too. You commented, I love it. Share this if you care about getting Black empowerment everywhere. Please do that on the platforms that we own, Jones. And just to bring it on home, I swear I ain't going. I'm coming back, Jack, like I never left. I'm going to do that for y'all. But I got love, peace, blessings, and aloha. I'm out the Doha for Shoha.